Hey guys, welcome back to another one. Today we're going to be reviewing some of the fur sale prices from Indiana State Trapper Association's fur auction. These prices are coming from their February auction in 2022, right around the mid of the month. With these numbers, we aren't going to be going too in-depth into each one, but we will be covering the total amount offered, the max bid, the min bid, and the weighted average of all of them. So let's get right to it. First up are beavers. There were 75 offered with a max bid of $22 and a minimum bid of $3. That weighted average was $10.03. Coyotes were 127 offered with a max bid of $52.50 and a minimum bid of $1. The weighted average was $12.76. Next up, there were a couple deer hides offered. There were 3 of them. Max bid of $4 and a min bid of $2 with a weighted average of $3.33. Red foxes had 25 offered with a max bid of $12 and a minimum bid of $4 with a weighted average of $9.18. Female mink, there were 13 offered with a high of 5 and a low of 3 with a weighted average of 3.88. For the male mink, there were 28 offered with a high of $8.50 and a low of $2.50. The weighted average was $6.64. Muskrats, there were 1,202 offered with a high bid of $7 and a minimum bid of 25 cents. The weighted average was $5.15. Possums, there were 51 offered with a high of $3 and a minimum of 25 cents, with a weighted average of $1.77. Otters, there were 14 offered with a high of $42.50 and a minimum of $25, with a weighted average of $32.93. Raccoons, there were 796 offered with $10.50 being the high and 25 cents being the low. The weighted average was $4.68. Skunks, there were 8 offered with a high of 13 and a low of 5 with a weighted average of $7.69. Next up, there was 1 squirrel offered for $1 with the weighted average of $1. Next up, these are not completely finished pelts, so they are considered greased. So these will have a little bit less of a value. Beavers in the greased form, there were 15 offered with a high of $12.50 and a low of $3, with a weighted average of $7.57. Raccoons in the grease, there were 112 offered with a high of 3 and a low of 2, with a weighted average of $2.86. Otters that were in the grease were 11 offered with a high of 30 and a low of 15, with a weighted average of $26.73. Red foxes in the grease, there was 1 offered for $7. Coyotes in the grease, there were 15 offered with a high of $17.50 and a low of $1, with a weighted average of $7.63. Possums in the grease, there were 3 offered and they each got a quarter. Mink in the grease, there were 2 offered and they got a high of $3.50 and that's what they got. And then there were mink on the carcass, there were 3 offered and they were $8 each. The main thing that I'd like to run over here are those greased forms. They did get a lot less for their pelts due to them not doing the work. So it's always preferred if you go ahead and do all the work you can. That way you get a better product out of it. Other than that, guys, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And feel free to hit that like and subscribe button for more. We'll catch you on the next one.